Dick and Boonies podcast. Richard, come together again. We're all about the liquor and the tasty gems. We would like to invite you in the silly minds we live in. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
I know I don't smoke no more, but I do get higher than any other mother, cause I put it in the fire pan, man. Didn't you know I do it when I can? A fat, happy sack and a hibachi in my hand. It's a decision that I make with my hard one to make, cause I'm singing like shit after every chronic break. Now it doesn't hurt my throat, and I don't even have to choke. I just swallow it down under a thick honeycomb, and then only in about 1 hour my buzz begins to flower, and I really must emphasize that it has more power than a bong hit. Oh, now I'm really gonna catch some shit from those of y'all who continually think I'm full of it. I didn't know it was the way, but now I fire it up fat like every day. And now you break shit like every day. Putting them Pop-Tarts in my pockets like the old school way. Now the brunt of the joke's on me. Snack food cravings always ain't for free. Now maybe that's why inside my mind I consciously think of a better way that I could spend this time. When the Oregon Trooper and the Utah Marshal up their grin off their face, they put their hands in your pocket. Oh. Hands in your pocket, Hands in your pocket, Hands in your pocket, I wish your hands in your pocket now. Hello. Say with your hands in your pocket.
If you didn't know, this is the Dick and Boonies podcast, and the man behind the drums is a man named Chris Peeler, and he is the singer and drummer of a band called Fred Green, and we couldn't be happier to have him on the podcast. What we're going to do now, because we're not profesh, is we're going to start flipping cameras around. We're going to get the microphone over here. I'm going to just keep chit-chatting away. Cam, where are you? Come on over, bud.
He got mad and left.
Oh, you hear that? Wow, that sounded like you were in a well. Oh, boy. Thank you guys for tuning into the episode. We just bear with us as we make some changes. We're getting everything together. We're going to have Chris come on, join us. We may do a couple of more jams. We don't know. We don't know yet. But we do know, actually. We know it all. So let me move this fucking thing out of the way real quick. Okay. See. Let's put that there. Oh, perfect. Oh, my bad. Do you have Chris in the shot?
Him.
Is that how you want to do it?
This is awesome, dude.
Perfect. Mine's softer. I have a softer
It is
fist.
pretty soft.
Yeah, wasn't it?
That's awesome.
Just crumpled. Oh my God! Do we have the shots? Are the cameras in? Is the audio going? Is everything sounding good, Nicholas? Oh my God! This is the best thing that's ever.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Shh, don't tell anybody.
There he is.
All right, let me get comfy.
Dude, this is kind of a big deal. So,
Welcome.
Hey, guys.
Thank you so much for coming.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Oh boy.
thanks
So-
for coming out on a Monday night.
What time is it? 10:12. Police will be here in 13 minutes.
No, it'll be later. It'll be good.
Takes a while.
So let's start with this. And I know we chatted a little bit earlier, but
Yes.
we'll have to
We did chat.
we did chat. We'll have to chat a little bit on the same shit that we chatted about.
It's okay.
Okay. So how are you dealing with Corona? What's your deal with that? Are you doing?
I've been tested twice.
Have you?
Yeah. Tested twice. Came back negative twice.
Nice.
Don't lie, dude.
Okay, I'm lying.
Okay.
I've had it twice.
I've had it 18 times, and it sucks every time.
What kind of test? Is there only one kind?
Yeah, the nose test. I had it at the doctor.
Oh, nice.
The first time, like right in the very beginning of the Rona.
Yeah.
My kid, my 13-year-old, 12-year-old at the time. Yeah. Let me do the math.
Okay.
Yeah. He had a virus, and I was like,
oh,
damn, that's not good. Virus ain't good right now.
let's get checked.
Right.
So, yeah, the doctor, petite little tiny female doctor, was like, well, okay,
Tiny little male doctor.
female. Did I say male?
I don't know. You said female.
Oh,
but
good.
It would have been funny.
Yeah,
If you went male. Don't let me interrupt. Sorry.
No, it's okay. She, she had some questions for me, and she said, yeah, you should definitely get a test. I said, okay.
Yeah.
I said, okay, I've heard this test sucks. She's like, basically, she said, yeah, only if you're a pussy.
Oh, really?
Oh,
You
shit.
know,
Yeah.
she's like, yeah, if you're,
Yeah. We stab your brain, but
squeamish or
fucking
I don't know what she said. It was something along those lines, and I was like, yeah, give me the test.
give me the goods.
Arr. And I was
Test
like,
both
I was
nostrils.
like, stop.
Did it hurt?
It wasn't fun, but
How far back would you say it goes?
in back of the brain,
Yeah.
around through the ear, back through the
stem.
brain.
Yeah, into the stem.
It tickled.
Yep.
She had one of those gooseneck ones that went all the way around, out the other ear.
Oh my God.
It wasn't that bad.
Okay.
And
They
then,
pulled out, they're like, oh, yeah.
everything was cool. Even though I had a week and a half of quarantine because it took 8 days to get the
Oh,
test
yeah.
results back at that time.
Of course.
So
So you did the thing.
I did the thing, and then towards the end, well, we aren't towards the end. Who knows when that'll be?
Yeah.
But within the last 3 weeks, I had one right around the corner from my place at the lovely, beautiful downtown MCC parking lot.
Ah, was it free?
It was free, and it was like gentle. It was like
You sit in
it was
line
like
for-
a feather. It was like a little feather compared to my little petite female doctor that was like,
That stabbed your brain. Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna get you with this.
Oh my.
It was
Did you
much
sit in your
easier.
car in line. In
I
your
did.
Car
I sat in
for-
my car. Yeah, rolled down the window.
Now, okay, so they're equally as effective of a test.
Probably not.
So the one that was in the car might have been a little not as because I feel like
knows?
you got to get in there.
Yeah, I want,
Yeah.
I want the brain test.
Yeah, I was like, get
Over
up
the
in
two,
there.
yeah.
What are you
Yeah.
doing, guy?
Yeah.
The guy was like, okay, I'm gonna give you the test.
Right.
He was very gentle. I,
Okay.
like barely got in there. I was like, man. Oh, and the doctor told me the first test. She was like, do you have a deviated septum on my left side? The right side was no problem. She was just, jamming it.
Pipe cleaning that shit. Yeah.
And then the left side, she was like,
It was a little more shallow.
do you have a deviated septum? Yes, I do. Oh, that explains it. And then she was like,
Wait,
Chisel.
they had to fucking do both nostrils?
they had to do both nostrils at my Mesa Community College test parking lot.
Whoa.
They only did one nostril, and he chose the non-deviated side.
Nice.
Conspiracy or not? Anyway, I'm doing fine during Corona. You?
Yeah, we're doing good.
Good.
Here we are.
The only thing
You
that's
know?
really changed for me has been the kids in the school thing.
Yes.
Because I've been working. So I'm a delivery driver.
Yeah.
I drive a truck.
Yeah.
So food. So
Yeah.
I was an essential worker. So I've been working the entire time. And originally it was not a very stringent environment. I mean, it was totally normal in the beginning, like in my work environment. I hope they don't. I don't give a shit.
You hope they don't now?
I don't actually give a shit. But
It's past.
The shit you've said before, you hope they don't now.
well, I don't know, because that's a little bit more political, you know?
Right, yeah.
That's a bigger deal. But then obviously once the numbers skyrocketed, they changed everything. We have to wear masks everywhere. We're getting our temperature taken.
Oh, yeah.
Which I suppose that's a pretty accurate way of deciding whether or not a person potentially has it, because if you have a fever, then there's potential.
For sure.
But other than that, nothing's really changed for me. The schooling situation is I should not be teaching anybody school.
I'm with you, man.
Do you feel that way?
I'm lost.
Yes.
I'm like scared to come home. Like, oh God,
Yeah.
no.
Turning in homework.
Hope there's no math.
And it's the algebra thing. So it's like, yeah, have fun with that.
He doesn't know, but there's parent portals.
Oh, the portal.
The fucking parent portal.
Where all the parents get together and they're all like, what the fuck do we do? Or is it like a...
The parent
What
portal
is it?
is basically your access to your child's curriculars.
Oh,
Curriculars.
Yes.
yeah, okay.
Activities. So there's the Google
That's something I
Classroom.
bet parents wish they had for years,
No doubt.
you know?
But
Yeah.
I don't like it. I'm not I
I
can't.
think of parent
Yeah.
portal. It's like all the parents get together. They're like, "This is fucking crazy."
Just
Hey,
get a-
Martha, are you good at fucking algebra? Because I'm not. Can you teach my fucking kid? Shit.
I stayed away from the parent portal as long as possible. I had to change my password twice. It was all fucked up, so I had to call the school. I was like, I really want to avoid this portal.
Yeah.
And I avoided it, and then I tried to get into it, and then I had no choice but to avoid it because I was locked out of it.
For sure.
So, once you get in, it's like a portal to another dimension.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We've been.
Shit, I haven't.
We'll take you.
Yeah.
It's really
I hope by the time my oldest is old enough for a portal, there isn't a portal.
Yeah.
it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be more
Forever.
advanced. You'll actually.
I was thinking about that. I
You'll
think
step into a tube.
so. I was thinking about that. Like all the shit that's developing during this whole thing. Once it's gone or whatever, and it's not a problem.
Or
Imagine
they
all the
develop a
things that they're
vaccine.
gonna keep doing, like the parent portal and all this
That-
crazy shit. But that's probably
Parent portals
that was
there
before
They're,
COVID.
they're
Pre-code.
before, and,
Oh,
and they
okay.
like exploded. You know, it was like, ooh, I have a parent portal?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
It's another way for you, like
It's like a patient portal at a doctor.
That's right.
So I buy all of my kids' books through the parent portal. I buy all my kids' clothing. No, shit like that.
Clothing.
Not clothing, because they have. They're at a. Is your son at just a public school?
Yeah.
So he can just wear fucking Dickies and. What does he wear?
Well, tomorrow's his first day in person, so it's like
He's got style?
at his. Oh yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, he's got style.
At his previous school, which was elementary, no shorts, no sweatpants, straight up jeans and a shirt. They had like strict restriction
Collar.
on what the girls would wear, like how
Long
their-
and short.
Sure.
Yeah. They were. It was almost like a private school, but it was MPS.
So no sweatpants.
No sweatpants, no
Is it-
cutoff.
Is that just because
shirts.
it's informal?
I guess,
or
I
that you
don't
could
know.
see their wiener?
That would be terrible. Yeah, and probably at that age, you're probably not seeing any of that. But with my kid, you never know. I just don't know. Who knows? But now he's pretty stoked because he can wear sweatpants and it's like, hey, what do you want to wear tomorrow?
Yeah.
My sweats. His voice is like deeper than anybody I know. He's like, Dad,
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear my
Dad,
sweats.
wear my sweats.
He's trying to puff up.
I think so. I
Trying
think
to
so.
show.
Yeah.
That's wild, dude.
I'm pretty sure it's a thing, but he's like, no, this is just what I sound like. It's really weird.
I know. I actually do remember when you start to have that deep voice. You do.
Go with it.
You go with
He's got
it.
the stash
sure.
too, man.
Oh, does
Oh,
he?
he's got a stash.
Oh, the dirty little.
Like brought him a razor. Like, okay, Max, you're gonna shave
time.
this off. He's like, no, I like my stash.
Oh, dude.
That's
what,
awesome.
What ethnicity is he?
He's quarter Hispanic.
That's where it comes from,
And
right?
then whatever I am.
What are you?
I'm like a mutt. I'm a Eastern European white guy.
You look Irish.
Yeah, Irish, French, German.
Oh, you do look French.
Actually, he does. You
Oui,
do.
oui,
Holy shit, you do.
Yes, talk to me more. Yes.
You like baguettes?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I don't
if
trust
they didn't have
anyone who
gluten in them,
doesn't like
I'd love them. They're great.
Are you celiac?
I'm not celiac, but I just bread and me, we don't get along.
Was it fart? You fart? You farting?
I do fart.
You fart.
Yeah, I fart.
Me too. I've been farting a lot lately. I don't know what's going on. I've been having bad farts. Well, we'll bypass that.
We'll bypass that.
You know what's interesting? You said there was a tiny little female doctor that came
Yes.
in, right? So when I was 6th grade, I was playing hacky sack. Thrasher. Do you know how to play that?
Hacky sack, yes. Thrasher, not sure about that part.
So Thrasher, I think that's the name of the game. So
Yeah.
you get in a circle with all your buds, right?
Get it chucked at you.
And budettes, and you hit it. It's got to get hit 3 times between 2 people.
Okay.
And then you catch it, and then the other people have to run, and then you fucking throw it at a person. So
Okay.
if you get hit with
As
it,
hard as you can.
That's an out, and you get like 2 outs, and then
Gotcha.
you're fucking.
It's
toast.
like dodgeball,
hacky sack.
hacky sack.
Exactly.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so
Yes.
we were playing this game, and Parawinder did not understand. Parawinder, do you know Parawinder?
I don't.
How about his brother Fulpreet?
No.
Okay. No. Well, okay.
I know that fool.
They were my Indian neighbors, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I was. Fulpreet was my best friend. Little sidebar: you could kick him as hard as you wanted, and it didn't hurt him.
Wow.
I don't think.
Yeah. No.
Wow.
He could also run like the wind
Yeah.
through the alley with no
I'm sure.
shoes on.
Run like,
Sure,
he could
I'm
run
sure.
like the Parawind.
Because you guys were fucking kicking him, I'm sure he could run like the fucking wind. Damn.
It wasn't like that. He was like, kick me. No, he didn't say that. That's a lie.
Dude, Rich.
He wasn't asking for it.
He was like, kick me. No, he
No,
wasn't.
but there would be a full-on nail like in the alley, and he could just glide right across it. He had very thick.
Glass, nails, didn't matter.
Didn't matter.
Right.
Like the
Yeah.
wind.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So, anyways,
That is.
Paravinder did not understand the rules, and I went to grab it on the third, and he went to kick, right? So I was grabbing so it was my left hand. This joint went up on top,
Yeah.
right? It didn't break the pinky. So I went to grab Parawinder. Ha! I went, ha! Like that, you know, and I was like, oh my God. It's a little hot in the headphones. Anyways,
You're hot.
I'm just hot. But it is loud. So I went to the doctor. Tiny
Oh.
little woman.
Okay.
So she goes.
I was like, where's this going?
Good for a colonoscopy, but bad
Yeah,
for.
tiny
yeah.
little-
Well, she goes. I'm gonna have to pull that joint
Oh.
because it wasn't broken. So they did an X-ray.
Yeah.
And it wasn't broken. It was just up. It had gone up top here, so it looked like a Z or whatever. And she was like, I'm gonna have to pull it and then pop it back in. And so she gave it a go, and it was like, "Ah!" And I was, "Ah!" Couldn't get it. Does it another time. I swear to God, she puts her foot up on the table like this
Nice.
and goes, okay, I'm gonna pull. And I was just like, okay, I'll do it. And she goes, ah! And I went, ah! Couldn't get it. She goes, I'm gonna try one more time and then I'll get a male doctor in here. And I was like, just whatever you gotta do.
Jeez.
And
Nice.
she I'm not gonna say she put both feet up there, but she really almost
Went for it.
She was like, ah, like she was pulling a rope at a tug of war, and it just popped right in. Pain was gone. I could actually bend it a little bit, but
Little petite doctors.
so petite
They're
doctors.
tough, man. They're tough.
Yeah, dude.
They're tough. They'll tell you what's up, too.
Yeah.
Sounded like she
Tell you what time it is.
was like, you pussy bitch.
Exactly.
You fucking pussy.
I have lived that. It's terrible.
So well, first of all, let's talk about this.
Okay.
So again, thank you so much for coming. Dude,
It's my pleasure.
it's really our pleasure. The pleasure's all on this side, my man.
Yeah, dude.
It could be on that
Thanks,
side too.
Chris.
We're both huge fans. been fans of. When did Fred Green? When were you guys like established?
95. Todd and I moved here from Pennsylvania, January of 95. By a couple of weeks, going to.
So you guys were boys in Pennsylvania before you moved here?
Yes. Yeah. We we hung out for about a year prior. We were introduced by a bass player in Pennsylvania that I was playing with. He and I were jamming, and we were playing with another guitar player, and we were doing all covers. Because Pennsylvania at that time, in the early 90s, was if you're not playing covers, you're not playing our bar.
Right.
See you later. And we were writing, and we were enjoying writing and frustrated, but still doing covers. And he knew Todd from years prior, said, I know the guy. Because our guitar player was like, he was like big and hairy. He had like really cool hair and stuff.
You're right.
But he was lazy as fuck. Didn't really want to learn new tunes and that sort of thing. So we went down and met Todd, and about a year later, we played in a band for many months, and then about a year later, it was like, hey, we have friends in the Arizona area. It's close to LA. It's close, all this West Coast stuff.
Right.
What sold me, really, literally, this sold Todd, salesman of moving, apparently. He was like, man, you can just kind of wake up and jump out into your pool and, like, swim around. I was like, wow, you can't do that, can you? So we came out for a couple weeks, and sure enough,
that
man,
was Todd's logic?
Yeah, you can just jump in your pool.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is great.
Nice.
So we were
because
together.
in PA, you can't just do that every
You cannot do that. No, you can't do that.
Could be frozen.
It's done.
Yeah. Jump and just bounce.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple years, months out of the year, but
right.
So Todd and I moved out. We had a couple weeks of going out pretty much every night, and we met Ben pretty quickly.
Where did you guys move to?
I moved to 30 West Carter Drive, which is it's a haunted apartment complex that I moved into.
What part of town?
It is Superstition Freeway and Mill Avenue.
Oh, okay.
What is that?
Southwest side.
What's the Superstition Freeway? The 60.
60.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. So
Yeah,
is that Mesa?
That's Tempe.
That was Tempe, yeah.
That's Tempe?
Still
Yeah,
Tempe,
I moved there. I was living with a girl at the time. Her grandma lived out here. So she just kind of invited herself. Was like, oh, I'll move with you. I was like, fuck.
Oh, man.
Gotta live with the grandma.
How old were you?
It's 25.
Oh, yeah, you were ready. You were like, you'll
so-
stay here. I had
Like,
no
all right.
clue you lived in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, oh yeah.
No clue.
For like 25 years.
Yeah.
But we met Ben pretty quick, and started touring into that year.
Really?
Yeah.
No
Things
shit.
happened really quick. Like once we met Ben, we like
So it's
wrote a
you,
record real
Ben,
quick.
and Todd at this point.
Yep.
Was that, you guys obviously toured after you wrote the first record.
Yes. Yeah. We spent a lot of time practicing and writing tunes, and had a friend that was like, hey, I know this whole circuit. I can manage your band. We can do this whole tour. And we did that. We went up through Utah, actually through Vegas and Utah, and up through Idaho, and all the way around.
And so this was like 95, 96.
Yeah,
right?
this was late 95,
So,
early 96.
Dude, and that's the shit, because there was a scene then, like the Tempe scene, right?
There were so many good bands.
So many good bands that were homies that were like, let's do this together. Let's play together. You play my show, I'll play your show.
Oh, yeah.
We'll bring all the fools out, and it was like a camaraderie.
It was. There was a lot of heavy stuff. There was a lot of funky stuff, and there was a mix of a lot of it, and a lot of good bands.
Did you guys gain popularity pretty quickly too?
I think it took a little bit. We started doing Boston's every Tuesday night.
Yeah,
and it was like dead. Like nobody was there.
Yeah.
And we did probably
outside, dead.
Nothing.
We
probably did 5 or 6 of them, and the Nichols brothers, God love them, they were just like, hey, guys, I don't know.
Need some revenue.
We need some dough.
Yeah, but they had faith, so let's keep at this. And we did, flyers. We were doing flyers since the beginning. I don't know who it was, or I don't know who actually came to see us when it was kind of semi-okay, but it was like kind of semi-okay for like 2 weeks, like, I don't know, 35 people or, 50 people maybe.
Right.
And then after those 2, it was like, boom, like
word of mouth
on
too,
Tuesday nights. Yeah.
Right. Because you guys hadn't recorded anything yet.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's just straight word of mouth. Come see these dudes. They're fucking legit.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I still, to this day, not sure if it was a couple or a couple of guys or maybe just a few groups of people, but it seemed like everybody knew each other.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
there
it's
was a lot of
pretty
people there.
incestuous.
I guess.
Here. No, it totally is. It's a small world out here.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Especially back then too, because if you were part of that little, and I know it kind of developed in waves actually. Like the scene kind of did go in waves. Like there was like a group, almost like your class, if you will.
Right.
And it seemed like you were in like a really great class with like really good musicians. And so if you knew somebody, and it sort of it helped that you guys were really good as well. Because if you suck shit, then you're not gonna really make it happen. But you guys seemed, because I know by the time I would say 96 in that era, Dillywagon was your first record, correct?
Yes.
And that
Yep.
came out in 96.
It did.
Right? So once that came out, it obviously came over to this neck of the woods because this is where we live. This is where my brother found it. This is where your brother found it.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And so I know things were kicking around and they were getting pretty big around that time, right? I mean, the amount of people that would come to your shows started picking up.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't really have a job. I just kind of played music, which was great, and we were busy.
So touring, I didn't even know you guys really toured. To be completely honest, I just thought you guys were always around here. So touring started right away.
Within 6 months.
Damn.
Yeah. We had a guy that knew from playing football in high school that there was this whole this loop that you could do.
What was you said it was?
Yeah, up through you go through Nevada, up through Utah, straight up, then take a left.
Back down through California.
Come down through Washington, and he even had the like up through Anacortes and off Friday Harbor and like beautiful islands up like you're near Alaska,
You were playing up there?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fucking dope.
Yeah. So it was like take the van onto the boat.
The ferry.
Yeah, onto the ferry, exactly.
What?
And then, travel to it was Friday Harbor was the name of the island
The
that we played.
15, 20-minute ferry ride to the
Shit, it was like an hour, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was like we were like way up there. And it was like a Chinese restaurant.
That's dope.
On the boat.
Oh, we had some No. No, we
Oh, the place you play.
yes, we get to the island, you drive the van off, and we're like, oh, where's the gig? Where could it be? Where's this great club?
Was it called Walk and Roll?
It could have been. I mean, as long as it was, I just don't remember the name of the place, but it was a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
And they put us up, in just right next door. You play there a couple of nights, and they paid well, but it was all just tourists, And
there were people there.
There were, yeah.
Already, and you're gonna go in there and throw down. They're listening. You're playing in front of people already.
Yes,
Because they're already there.
But here's the problem: is most people that are tourists and looking to have a good time and just relaxing at a Chinese restaurant don't want to hear Fred Green.
Yeah.
So we cleared more rooms than
Filled them
big old fart.
at the time.
Yeah.
Big old fart.
So do you have guarantees at all the clubs you play?
Yeah.
Okay. So is it just enough to fill up your tank? Put some food in your belly and just
at that
cruise
time
around?
for sure. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and we had to sell CDs on the side.
Yeah.
It was the Gotta Tell Yous. Like, we'd stop at a gas station, get some gas, and they'd be like kicking me out of the van. Come on.
Yeah.
Get the Gotta Tell Yous.
What is that?
So I'd go out.
What is the Gotta Tell Yous?
I'd be a freaking idiot with a bunch of CDs in my pocket and be like, "Hey, gotta tell you, there's this band from Arizona, and here, check it out. It's only $5." Like, you wouldn't really give them a chance to say no. Like, no, you gotta check it out.
Oh, and you were trying to sell them.
Yeah. Then, you get some gas money, you get some beer money, you get some pizza money. But, yeah, it was thin sometimes. Sometimes we were fat. Just depends.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. And where did you record those tunes?
That was
Mind's Eye?
okay. So
That's what I'm trying to get into.
Yeah. So we did have the CD. So the first tours were real thin because it was we didn't have anything to sell. So once we had the CDs, then that made it a lot easier.
Right.
But we did all our recordings at Mind's Eye Digital.
How'd you find Larry?
All of your guys's.
How do we find Larry? Larry was in Soul Grind.
Oh, yeah.
And Soul Grind was a band that was already established
awesome.
when we started, and they were kind enough to give us some spots. And Larry, I just remember Larry at an after-hours party, like, if you guys don't record a CD, you're crazy. You gotta record. You gotta have something. And I was just like, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
So
I can hear his voice.
Oh,
saying
yeah.
that,
Right?
Yeah, totally.
all mellow and smooth
Yeah,
and stuff.
it's just like, yeah, dude, you're crazy if you don't do that.
So he was right, and
Huge.
we had to put something down. So we did that and got that out, and
That's when he was in Mesa.
yeah, he was at
Right?
it was right next to a vacuum shop and Kmart,
Nice.
Dobson and Broadway, I believe.
Nice, dude.
But
They had back in those days. They did have a lot of those little. I almost got a job as a vacuum salesman for Hoover.
no shit.
Yeah, and it was just a little too much. Like they were really into the vacuums and the adapters and all the different things, and they're like, you got to learn all these things, and this is your script. And I was like, dude, too much.
Well, one day Larry was
Sucks,
late.
and it cuts.
One day Larry was late for the session.
Oh yeah, that'll happen.
We were recording the first record, and he was late. No, excuse me. This was the second record, Groover, and he was late. So we went next door to the vacuum shop, and we were like, "Damn, these are really cool, man! Do you see that one? Yeah." So that's where Groover came from, and there's a vacuum on the cover, and
Yes,
it's
there
the
is.
Groover,
Right.
not the Hoover, and
And that's
where that all came from.
God damn, that's hot.
because Larry was late.
That's the shit.
And that's it. So we talked to our graphic designer guy, Mike Learn, about this, and he came up with that cover.
It's so good. Too.
That is so
It's
good.
iconic for me. Like
Yeah.
that
absolutely.
the cartoon style is
Yeah.
so fucking good.
He did a nice job on that. I really like that.
Has he done? Okay, so who did Dillywagon then? Who did the cover of that one?
Same guy.
Same guy. Is
Same
he the
guy.
same guy all the way through?
Same Dillywagon, Groover, and then for the self-titled record that was Steve Novak,
Okay.
and then Mike Learn again came back in on Still Burning.
It's still burning, dude.
Yeah. Yep.
So when did things really start to like pick up for you guys? What year? Because I bet after you guys released Groover, things started kind of getting a little bit more jacked up, right?
Yeah. We were all full of ourselves, man. It was it was ridiculous.
I would have been too.
No,
man. You guys were so fucking good.
Oh well, shit. It was. Those were busy times. Yeah, that was a lot of music going on. 97, 98. And then
Were you touring?
yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Doing a lot of the same circuit, except we moved a little further east and did Kansas, and then Texas, and yeah, we got some stories about Texas. There's
I'll bet you do.
yeah, the South by Southwest and that sort of thing.
What happened?
Just
give us one.
Well,
Just give us a taster, bro.
little tiny
okay.
taster.
We won't name any names, but we had a really awesome, like a brother, still to this day, of course, who was road and driving the van.
Okay.
But I didn't know he was a convicted felon and shouldn't have a firearm.
Oh.
So we got pulled over, and
Yeah.
we did definitely have some weed with us.
Yeah.
So we got pulled out of the van, and I don't know, one of the guys that worked with us, Jerry, was a magician because they never found anything. The only problem they
Jerry
had.
packed the van.
Yeah,
Dude.
Jerry packed the van. You're right. So he took care of things, and there was no problem. But we were stuck on the side of that road for a while because our driver was a convicted felon
They
with
were
a
looking
firearm.
him up and all that shit.
Yeah, and he wouldn't hurt a fly. I mean,
Of course, yeah.
But somehow, some way, I figured the trip was done. We wouldn't be playing South by Southwest that time, and we actually got back on the road in a couple hours and made our gig. But
His name was Jerry.
Jerry, yeah, Jerry.
It's my favorite name.
It's your
Yeah.
go-to.
It's my go-to guy.
It's your
Yeah.
go-to.
Jerry's a good guy.
Nice.
Jerry's the best.
Okay, before we have quite a few questions
Okay.
that I would feel bummed out if we didn't get to some of them. Okay, so this has actually come up a few times. Quite a few people asked this question particularly, and you have a song that's called Utah Marshal, and it also comes up in Hibachi, the song Hibachi, correct?
Yes.
So the question is, ask him about the story behind the song Utah Marshal.
Okay, so we were booked on a tour that went up through Vegas and that whole thing.
Right.
Before No Doubt got really huge, we were booked on a tour, booked on a show in somewhere in Utah. I believe it was one of the ski towns. And so No Doubt canceled. And then it was apparently the guy that started Skechers, his band played the show. I don't know. They were a good band, but originally it was supposed to be No Doubt. Then it turns into Skechers Guy band. And we played the show, and it was in a ski resort. We were staying in a hotel in the ski resort, and we got beers to go from, the place that we were playing.
Yeah.
Walked by some marshals. Just, hey, have a nice night. Great. Okay. Went up to Skechers Guy hotel room and had a little party. And they were not smokers. And really, I was probably the only idiot there smoking. And there was a knock at the door. And I looked through the peephole and said, who is it? And they're like, dude, open up. It's me, bro.
No.
It's like, oh,
No.
it's my bro.
Perfect.
So-
yeah, let him in.
I, idiot, opened the door, and there's 3 Utah Marshals there.
It's me, bro.
Two males and a female. And they're like, okay, who's got the weed? And I was like,
That's gonna be
it's
me.
me. So yeah, I took the hit for it, and they wanted to bring everybody down, like Utah wants to take everybody down.
And you were like,
it was just me.
Did you get a ticket or did
Yeah,
they?
I got a ticket. Actually,
Did they?
when I say it was
not
just
bad.
me, it was like, well, it's me and these guys, and like Ben and Todd were like, oh fuck you, you asshole.
You're like, I'm taking you fuckers.
So we got a ticket. I just didn't want the innocent to be brought down.
100%.
Skechers Guy?
But you would.
Skechers Guy
Right.
band.
You
Yeah,
know
they
what?
weren't smoking. They were not smoking. They were not into it.
God, I'm gonna look up what this band is.
But you brought your band with you. Like-
We had a rider. We had like a tour itinerary and all
Right,
that stuff.
yeah.
I can find this out. I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me-
I don't think they
not on
ever.
the internet?
No, they never. He made shoes. He ended up doing shoes.
Cool.
So it's good.
I
The
bet
shoes
if
are
you
good.
dug
He did
deep,
all
you could
right.
find
Yeah,
it.
he did fine.
He did okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shoes, playing bars, shoes, millions, $10.
Shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did all right.
So that's
so.
okay. So question number 2.
Okay.
I think about that. That's pretty
Number
fucking cool.
2. And we kind of talked a little bit about this on that live podcast that you were so graciously hanging out with us on. That was so
I caught you
fucking
guys.
fun.
Yeah. I was like,
that
hey, what's up?
That was so cool. Ask him about cooking up weed in a hibachi, and if he has switched to other edibles now that they are readily available. Do you
okay.
even smoke weed?
Yes, I do.
Nice.
Yes.
So I guess.
It would bum me out if you didn't.
So did
That's it.
it would, right?
Yeah.
It'd be weird, right?
It'd be
It'd be a little strange.
Yeah.
Kind of part of your. I mean, you're in a band called Fred Green. Did you? Okay, fuck that last question for
Okay,
a second.
all right.
Fred Green. Is that how? I mean, who came up with that?
Okay, so the name of the band was going to be Dope.
Oh,
There's already a band out of New York City called Dope.
Right.
Yep.
Can't do that.
right.
So when we came out here for 2 weeks, when we were still living in Pennsylvania to check it out, and I realized that you can just jump into the pool when you wake up.
It's the best, actually.
Our friend Rob, we stayed with him. He was also from Pennsylvania. There's a whole Pennsylvania crew out here that's still with us.
Nice.
That's cool.
So he had said, "Oh, you can't call the band Dope." Well, what if you call the band Fred Green? I was like, "Why, you fucking nutcase? What?
Yeah.
What is that?"
Nobody calls weed Fred Green.
He did. He'd be like, "Ding, bring. Hey, is Fred there? Oh, Fred's not there. Okay, I'll call you back. Bring. Hey, is Fred in town? Oh, Fred's there. Okay, I'll be right over. Fred Green."
Nice, dude.
So that was code. It was code word.
Code, yeah.
Code. So we went with that, and I've always thought it's a pretty terrible name myself, but it is what it is.
Every
you know.
fucking band that's amazing thinks their name sucks. Not everyone, but they go, "Oh, we never thought that would be the name of our band," and it is great.
The name just becomes.
You made it awesome.
Well,
you guys made that name awesome.
It's like that single name, and they're actually a band, like Leonard Skinner.
Yeah, they were like fucking whatever.
Yeah, who cares?
And then they did it, and then Fred Green,
Yeah.
same thing.
So that's how it ended up.
Fucking brilliant,
So
dude.
are you on the edible train, like everybody now that it's
Edibles are great.
everywhere?
Edibles are really, really, really good. The reason. Okay, so going into that question prior, I was working for. It was like a telemarketing company. Right when I first moved here, I had some disposable jobs, so I could do a job and go out on tour, do a job. Kind of not.
And if they were
nothing
like, "Well,
too
we
heavy.
need you," and you're like, "Well, fucking
Yeah,
sorry."
Too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like signing up people for AOL. That if you remember in the beginning of AOL, it was like AOL would charge you even though you canceled, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like I was the guy that would call you and be like, hey,
Yeah.
come back to AOL. We love you. And they'd be like, fuck you. You suck. You're such an asshole.
Yeah.
And I had no sales at that job. No, I mean, I was there
You
for
weren't making
months.
anyone happy.
But the thing I did learn, I sat next to a dude. I wish I was still in touch with this guy because he was so freaking cool. But he and I had talked about, I had told him, hey man, I'm, playing a lot and I'm singing and I like to smoke, but I was like, oh, my voice isn't that great, And he was like, well, you should eat it, that way you wouldn't be smoking and you wouldn't have the problem with the carcinogens or whatever. And,
Right.
and he was the one that gave me this recipe for the hibachi. And hibachi was really just
This is fucking hot, bro.
it was
so
just
excited.
like he never gave this recipe for a hibachi. It was just hibachi was a cool name and we spelled it wrong, and my fiance gives me shit to this day about it.
Yeah, but that makes it better. It's all good.
So he had said, hey, take a frying pan, non-stick, medium heat, just sprinkle it on there. Let it sit for a minute. You'll see little wisps of smoke, and then you're ready to go. Put it on a spoon. He's like, I like to, put honey on it. Put a spoon, little honey, right down. So that went right into the lyrics.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And then only in about an hour.
Home tonight and fucking fry that up, baby.
Yeah.
Do you have any weed?
I don't, but
Okay.
I know someone who lives with me that does.
Yeah, it works. And it basically the heat is extracting the THC. So
Right.
like,
Right.
when your dog eats your bag of weed, everybody's like, oh man, my dog ate my weed. They're going to be in trouble. They're fine.
Oh yeah.
They'll just poop it out. But
drool for
yeah,
days.
or you as a
Not
human
that I know, but I do.
could
Yeah.
eat, a bag of weed and nothing will happen to you. You have to actually put a hard flame to it and extract the THC in order for good things to happen.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's why the baked goods are so good.
baked. Yeah, and so they're cooking that to a certain temperature, and so you have to extract the THC by heat.
We'll go into
So, if there's any questions that we do ask that you whatever about, we'll just breeze past them.
I gotta try and think what that would be.
Well, I'm gonna ask. Here's one.
Oh God, okay, it's coming.
So maybe they say maybe ask him about Ben's departure from the band and how Sammy came about.
Oh, no, that's not a problem.
Okay.
It was 2001. There were some conversations with Ben. He missed a couple shows.
So
And
Ben Gilly, right?
Ben Gilly, yes.
He's the original bass player.
Yes,
right?
yes. Did the first 3 records. And then there were some shows missed. He met a girl, went on tour in South Dakota that he fell in love with. Lay no blame on the man. It's just he had to show up for shows. So it was like, are you going to make it for this show or are you not? And it was a mutual type of thing.
He met a gal while you guys were on tour.
He met a gal on tour, yeah.
Nice.
And they're still together, so congratulations to them. Yeah, and we're still friends to this day. So,
of course.
So it's all good. And as a matter of fact, I'm working with a guy that I'm helping him write some songs. He had a bass player move on from what he was doing. He plays true temperament guitar and wanted someone to play fretless. And asked, well, what about Ben? And I was like, sure, go ahead and ask him. Why not? So it's in the process now, but
is he gonna do it?
Yeah, he's gonna do it. He's laying down some tracks, and it's a little different, but
he can play music again on his own.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fretless
and stuff.
Well, yeah, he did a lot of fretless stuff with Fred.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff was fretless. But yeah, I mean, Ben's a great bass player.
Oh,
Fabulous.
absolutely.
But
and he sang on some stuff.
Oh yeah, he sang as well. But so then Sammy came into the picture because, when Todd and I had talked about it was like, hey, we got another show we got to do. We got to talk on the phone. We talked to Ben. We had just agreed that we're just gonna have to dissolve. So we were dissolved for about 6 months. Todd and I were writing songs, and then we got an offer from, I don't even know who it actually came from. I just remember Todd asking me, do you want to do this other band with the singer from Zigzag Black, the guitar player, and the bass player from Oil? And that turned
That's Mark
into
and Tim did.
GOZ. Into Gaz.
Oh,
so that was
That's
Brian.
Crazy old school.
Yeah. Brian Lesko, the singer from Zigzag Black, and then Tony and Sammy from Oil. So we did that was a fun band. And then that was myself and Todd as well. So the 5 of us got together and wrote like crazy and put an album together. We did a showcase at the Whiskey. We did some other good gigs, and I really had high hopes for Gaz.
Yeah.
But it didn't work out for Gaz. But we did say, Sam, why don't you come with us and we'll do this Fred thing, and so that's how Sam got into Fred, was just because we were in this other band together, and Sam's a badass.
He's a fucking badass,
And he's such a nice guy.
He's a sweetheart.
He really
he is.
and
He's on board, dude.
Yeah.
He's on board with whatever's going on. He's on board with it. And that's the fucking coolest thing ever.
He was a great fit right out of the box, and great musician, just a really good guy. So
Yeah.
it made sense.
Okay. Next question.
Question 5.
4.
4?
Yeah. Ask about his drumming, musical influences, his schooling on the drums. He sounds like he's more than just self-taught. Is this true?
I don't want to bore anybody to death with the answer to this question,
Please do.
so I'll make it quick.
Okay.
I just always wanted to play as a kid, so I was self-taught up until the point where I got an actual kit. So I went home with a brother that played drums, and one played bass, and he's like, yeah, just come over and check out the kit. You like to play drums? And I was like, well, I mean, I would like to play drums someday.
Oh yeah.
And he just sat down, and he was like, I sat down, and I was like, ting, kong, ting. He's like, here, do you want me to show you how to do this? Like, get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
And he just cranked up a Van Halen tune and was just like open hi-hat and like, ugh, and I was like, oh my God, I have to
Van
do
Halen
this.
was your teacher.
Well, it was a friend of mine from school. Yeah. So I figured I had to do this. He had a drum teacher. I went to see this drum teacher, but this drum teacher played by ear. So really all he did for his students was he had a really rudimentary way of writing music. I mean, he understood eighth notes and quarter notes, and he could write out beats, but it was just sitting there. Dave DiRizio is the guy's name in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. That was my teacher, my original teacher. And he would play the beat, and he'd be like, you like that? I'd be like, meh. He'd be like, you like that? Hell yeah. Okay, I'll write that out. So he'd write it out. I'd have to see him play it. I'd, go home and practice it. But he was a big influence. And then along those same lines, he would say, well, here, check out this. He'd write down, like, some jazz players that, or like fusion guys like Billy Cobham or, I'm drawing a blank, but
Buddy Guy.
There were several players that were like, like maniac drummers.
Like Steve Jordan.
Well, yeah.
Shit,
so
like older.
Yeah, there were even not too obscure. Like he was into Peart. He was in Neil Peart, and just like some progressive rock drummers.
Sure.
So and there were some that were out there like drummers for Jean-Luc Ponty and then he turned me on to Vinnie Colaiuta and other just amazing musicians and really got into those styles. And I don't play anywhere near what's happening there with what we're doing, but it was that stuff influenced me a lot. The progressive rock and the jazz and the funk and.
Well, you guys have the funk, reggae, jazz fusion thing, so that's you do it.
When you started,
fucking throw down that shit.
When you started, did you what is that, traditional grip?
No, I played match grip right out of the gate.
Oh, did you?
And then
what about your teacher?
No, he would flip the stick around, go traditional, and then he'd flip it around and go match.
Okay.
That was always kind of cool to see, but I never played match. And then so I went through a couple years of lessons, and then I did go to a local college in Pennsylvania, Wilkes University now, but they wouldn't accept me at first because I didn't know how to read really.
It was music school.
Well, it was just college,
Okay.
But I was I did graduate with a music degree, with a performance degree,
Nice.
Percussion major, voice minor, and they wouldn't take me because like freshman year they're like, nope, like you don't read. Yeah. So take a year, learn how to read, come back. So I took a semester.
Take a year, learn how to read.
Yeah,
Dude,
learn how to read,
all
kid.
right, I'll just do that in a year.
Yeah. So I took lessons with the percussion instructor. So they accepted me in and went through a 4-year program. So I was kind of self-taught, but I really had a guru that he was a feel player, and I was, I'll always be a feel player. You put something in front of me right now, it'll take me a minute, but I'll stumble through,
I remember talking with Todd about that, mm-hmm. and his, influences and instructors told him just play off feel.
Yeah.
Whatever you're feeling.
Absolutely.
Go with it.
That's right.
And then you will mold to what's right or wrong or what it
sure.
Is that even a thing?
Well, when it comes right down to it, if it sounds weird, it's probably not feeling good.
It was outside of Chasers. I remember he was talking to me about this.
Oh yeah.
It was like he's like, yeah, my guy was like my guide. He's like he always taught me just go off feel, man, whatever you're feeling.
Absolutely.
And that's cool.
That's how he instructed you.
For
the solo.
He gave me the same kind of pointers that I'm sure his instructor gave him. Just do whatever you want, man. Yeah. And it's amazing because, what a great guitar player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you start singing and drumming? Because that's obviously not a very, I don't want to say popular, but it's not a normal thing that you would see. What What made you to go, I'll just do both? You just couldn't find singers, or you couldn't find drummers, or what?
Well, so the bass player and drummer brothers that, the guy cranked up the Van Halen was like, oh, see, you do it like this.
Yeah.
I was like, ah!
Yeah.
Within...
You were like Beavis.
Yeah, exactly. Ah, that's great. So, I don't know, however long it took after that before I started playing in a band, 6 months, a year, I'm not really sure. But in the first band that I was in, no one would sing. And we were playing these Crocus covers and like Rat and like
Really?
well, yeah, we were doing classic rock as well.
Okay.
And trying to play Rush, like, which was we were terrible at it, but nobody would sing, so I was
grabbed the bull by the horns.
Fuck it, I'll try it.
I'll do it.
And I didn't know if I could sing or not. I still don't know if I can, but I just did it.
You can.
So it was just like, no one's doing it, so I'm going to do it. And I never stopped. Like, I feel kind of naked if I'm just playing drums in a situation.
That would make sense.
Definitely done some of those situations where I'm just playing drums. It's like, do.
Yeah. Have you ever just sang?
Yes.
Like, on stage, microphone, fucking...
What do you do with yourself?
I can't... I would love to see it.
So I played bass and sang in a band called Uncle Slippy.
What?
And my Fred Green guys, back in the day when it was still Ben, they pulled me aside and were like, don't ever do that again. Don't do that.
Uncle Slippy's?
And I had these mad bass lines. But they were like, no, don't do that.
But you always had an instrument?
Oh, okay. So the only like lead singer situation I was in and almost got into, I tried out for Laundry, which was Tim Alexander's side project. That was his band when he was not in Primus.
Right.
And we had become friendly because we had done some touring together with Fred Green and Laundry, not with Primus, but with Laundry.
Okay.
You're answering one of my questions.
So we did a couple shows, and Tim and I got pretty tight. And there was one night at Hollywood Alley that he was like, "Hey, Laundry is just." He was singing everything for Laundry behind the drum kit, and he's like, and he was awesome. It's great stuff.
Yeah.
But they really wanted a singer again. He said, we're kind of going to dissolve, but would you be interested in singing for the band? And yeah.
Well, of course.
So flew out to San Francisco. We rehearsed, wrote some songs. Everything was going great. On 9/11/2001, I had a ticket to go fly out, and we had a week before our first show. And, it happened on 9/11, so that flight never happened.
Wow.
Tim ended up joining Blue Man Group in the Vegas Blue Man Group and playing for Blue Man.
No shit.
Yep.
And then, so I've never sang solo out front, but that was going to be it.
That was
it.
Yeah, I was like working on my snake moves and stuff, and not really. But.
Wow. So okay. So how'd you guys get on tours with Laundry? How does that even happen?
That was through management, I believe, at the time.
Were you, your management?
Yeah.
It was your management? Okay, because when I think about management, I think about like my best friend who like would just manage our band.
Right.
Were you like part of like was it like a legit management company?
Yeah, we had a guy that was a radio guy, and he was doing he was managing some bands. He managed the Funk Junkies and some other bands locally.
Okay.
Got us on like the Carrot Top record.
Yes.
Chairman of the board.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah, that's in there.
I saw that credit.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Watched that not too long ago. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Really, it's quite a movie. If you haven't seen it, you should really check it out. So Willoughby was his name.
Oh, the manager?
Yep. Cool. And he got us 2 or 3 gigs that it was up through Flagstaff. We did a couple local gigs in Phoenix. But yeah, it was just northern Arizona and Phoenix, and then we had done, I think, the Electric Ballroom.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then,
that's old
That's
school.
a sweet little place.
Yeah. And Tim was like, "Hey, you guys remind me of Alice in Chains. That's like my favorite band." And I was like, "We do?" And,
Kinda. You
and
kinda
it's
do.
there. You know,
It's
that
there,
influence
dude.
is in there.
It's there. Absolutely.
A couple of the tracks for sure.
Yeah. There's some of those harmonies in there.
Yeah.
100%.
It happens.
Did Todd always? I know. Well, I mean, when Ben was in the band, because Sammy doesn't sing, right?
Sam does not sing. He probably sings like a bird, but he
won't share it.
won't do it. Yeah.
So when, because I know the progression of the band, sort of, you were just youth, Sam, you and Todd,
Right.
and so the harmonies would just be. Did Todd always sing with you?
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
always sang.
And he sings some tunes. Some tunes that he brought to the band.
Right.
He sings those. He
fucking
sings the
great.
lead on those. Yeah, and he's great.
And
but
then
we've always harmonized. Yeah.
how did you bring in the fourth member? What was that like, or what was why?
So Jason, he's a Daughters of Fission at the
Daughters
time.
of Fission,
Yep.
Yeah.
Who also plays the drums and
He
sings.
plays drums
Right.
and sings, and he's a monster. He's
Yeah.
He is a
great,
monster.
great player, great vocalist, great writer.
He is.
And my recollection of it at the time was we were doing our CD release for Still Burnin'. We had already recorded everything, and I did the percussion on this record. On the previous records, it was our buddy from Congo Shock. Yeah. So anyway, we had done all the percussion, everything was done, and Todd had said, "Hey, look, what about if we get Jason to do the percussion and he can do the third harmony?" And I was like, "Sold."
Yeah.
So, Bart. Sorry, Bart will kill me if he ever sees this, and I forgot Bart's name. Bart from
Nice.
Congo Shock. Yes,
got
thank
it.
you very much. He did our percussion on those records. Anyway, yeah. Oh man, good one.
Come on, Bart.
Whew. So that's how Jason came in, and it really, I believe it was a connection through Daughters of Fission, and I knew Jason, I knew of Jason, and then once we got together, it just
He throws
gelled.
down, dude.
Yeah.
He really does add like another thing to the show.
Yes.
You know, like
Yep.
it's fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
for sure. It's great to have percussion on stage live. We never really had that before Jason, and especially the third vocal. That definitely helps.
Dude, the 3-part harmonies are
Dude, they're juice.
juice.
Yeah, they're
We like to say
juice.
that they're juice on this show.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 11:08. Should we try to do another track, and then we'll get back to the
Yeah, let's
question?
try it. Let's
Jam a
try
track. You
Let's
want to
jam
jam a track?
Yeah, let's jam a track.
Let's jam a track.
Jam those
You
tracks.
jam a shake.
Okay.
Let's see if we can.
See if we can't do it again.
It's a track.
It's a track. So the first track that we did was Hibachi remix. That was on Groover. And now I do believe we're gonna do towards me. Yeah, I'll move it. Thank you guys for bearing with us. We are moving some things around, but we had to have Chris jam. There was just no choice. If we passed up the opportunity and didn't get to have him jamming, I would have fucking killed myself.
And we don't want that.
And we don't have to. So we're gonna do You.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Which is off the self titled album.
It's the selfie.
The selfie. Is Benjamin still here?
Benjamin's here, but
But Cam is gone.
yeah, he ran away. He got mad and left.
Very interesting. Okay. So once Cam comes back, we'll play it. Ooh.
Oh, here he is. Somebody had to pee.
Cam. This song is the soundtrack to when we used to go on vacation to Carlsbad when I was growing up. This song would be the soundtrack to the entire vacation. It's So the fact that we get to play it with you, Chris, this is like such an honor, man.
Right on, man. This was an instrumental.
What?
This was an instrumental up until the studio. Even in the studio, we recorded it as an instrumental. And then, it was like a snap decision of, we got to get some vocals on this.
Yeah.
I went home and, I don't know, just kind of wrote some stuff down and recorded it the next day.
Wow.
So we just got lucky.
Yeah.
I got lucky
Fuck yeah, I love this song.
because I could have gone home and been like totally brain dead and go, I got nothing.
The chorus is so good.
Oh, right on, man.
It's juice.
It's jizz.
It's fucking juice.
I didn't know it was jizz.
Jizz. Cartman? Are we good?
Yeah, man.
Oh my god.
No, I didn't touch anything. God damn it, Taylor.
2, 1, 2, 2, 4. The sun is beating down on me into my skin. I can drink the water, but I cannot swallow the beginnings of the end. I want to be your boundary lady, got to be with you. I want to be your boundary lady, got to be with you. Feel of your skin on mine is all I need to feel today. Put you on top of the world and never ever give a taste of you away. I want to be around you, lady, got to be with you. Oh, I want to be around you, lady, got to be with you. Woo! And so with you I drive and I don't care where we go, as long as I am looking into the beautiful eyes that I long to know. I want to be around you, lady, got to be with you. I want to be around you, lady, got to be with you. I want to be around you, lady, got to be with you. Oh, I want to be around you, lady, got to be with you. Shabba-dow.
Switching
Roger,
cameras. Oh my.
Roger, checking.
Savings, checking.
Checking and saving CDs.
CDs, savings, checking. CDs.
Roger.
Doing it.
That one, okay.
Dude, that was great.
That was great.
It was really good.
You guys throw down. You guys are good. Question.
Nice job, Cam.
18.
Nicely done, Cam.
Oh, thanks. Whew.
Get that mic
Was
in
it all
there.
right? Was it all right?
Oh, yeah.
It'll do.
You guys can just fucking do whatever all the
Oh, yeah.
time.
It's crazy to just know it's how many shows I've been to, just harmonizing in the crowd.
Yeah,
And now I
dude.
actually get to do it. Is it there?
No? You got me? No?
We can hear you.
Oh, maybe that's the problem. I put it in the wrong hole.
Can you hear it?
Wrong hole, foo.
Oh, wrong one.
Again.
See how dangerous that can be?
Yeah.
Dude,
That's danger, man.
it's late. It's dark. Who knows? Wrong hole, foo.
I'm so glad you're here, man.
Is that from Don't Be a Menace?
Yeah. Dashiki?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Cam, nice job. And Ben also on the bass. That was
Ben.
pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Big
thanks,
props.
man. Yeah.
Big
Ben's-
props. Ben's killing it.
I love.
See, you know what? Out of everyone here, he's the one that's freaking out the most, I think.
Who, Benjamin?
Ben, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he can silently freak out over there.
Yeah, he's over there freaking out a little bit. He's like, oh, shit, to himself, like looking in the mirror, going like, oh my God, this is real. This is really happening. I just got to fucking jam with Chris. Yeah, that's what's happening. We're all doing that right now.
Oh, come on now.
We are. Anyway.
It's true. I'm trying to play it off like.
Yeah, we're
I'm
just
cool,
trying to
but-
play it cool. He's
but-
not cool. After tonight, dude, do you realize our conversation that's going to happen? We don't tell people about those conversations.
We're just gonna put Boner Town, USA somewhere up here. I'm very excited to add some wall art. So just to break it up a little bit, real quick, we play this stupid fucking game called Best to Worst.
Excellent.
It's called the Game of Life. It's called Best to Worst.
Yes.
It's called the game of life. It's not. It's called best to worst.
Game of Life experiences.
Yes.
And so the way that we play it is not the way that they suggest. But it's fine, because who gives a shit?
It's
So
way better to break the rules.
So
Sure.
here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to have you select a card,
Okay.
and whatever is on there, you're going to pick either the best or the worst experience that you have with that specific thing on the card, or if it's pertinent, the first. So if it's, I don't know, a blowjob, which it won't be, but you could do best worst, and in that case, first could be pertinent.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes the first is both.
Worst or best?
Yeah, you know, yeah, it could be either.
Your first one is.
Can I see a practice round? Is there like a round with Cam, maybe?
Oh, do you want to see how it works?
Let's see how it
yeah,
works.
sure, okay.
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 So
Why not?
let's delete Chris from this section of the episode. All right, Cam, here you go. You'll see how it's played.
Okay. Okay.
What do you got?
Album? Well, this is weird.
What's your best album?
What's my best album?
That's such a weird. How about first?
What's my worst album?
Pertinent.
Let's go with my first album.
Yeah, what was your first album?
Stuck Mode 4 Years.
No. Not that you were on.
That was my first album.
Not that you were on.
No, I know.
Okay.
Well, album. Can I say cassette tape?
Yeah.
Same thing.
So, yeah. Blood, Sugar, Sex, Magic from a garage sale. In the sleeve. So it was Breaking the Girl on one side, and it was Under the Bridge on the other.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I bought that and Enter Sandman, Sad But True, same cassette tape thing, 2 songs from a garage sale. So it was Chili Peppers and Metallica that I bought for like 50 cents at Brittany Wesley's parents' garage sale.
It was at their house?
Oh, yeah.
Brittany Wesley comes up a lot on this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
she's this
Sure,
girl
Brittany.
I grew up with. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like still probably my best friend. We just haven't talked in, I don't know, 20 years. But
Gotcha.
that's where shit like kind of sunk in, you know? And I was 10?
But how,
Maybe.
who,
No. And let
who
me
in
add
that
another
house
one.
was listening to that?
Nirvana Nevermind tape in the same sleeve. All these sleeve tapes. Obviously Smells Like Teen Spirit, and I think like Lithium or something was on the other side.
Nice.
Or Come As You Are, maybe.
Yeah.
But you know, those 6 songs, shit, when you're a 90s kid, like we were born in 84. So that was 94.
85, actually. Actually, I'm English.
You fucking beat me to it, you fucking cocksucker. You know, those 6 songs, like, when you're 10, are like, that's the shit.
That'll get you
Yeah.
through.
Oh, yeah.
Until you hear Deftones. And you're like, oh,
Right,
there's
yeah.
another thing.
Right.
Or Offspring, you know.
Oh, I went to a
Anyway.
Deftones show and Glassjaw was praying. Glassjaw was praying.
Glassjaw was in the corner
Right.
praying.
And it was in the round at Celebrity.
Sweet.
And,
That was a dope show, dude.
And
that was so much fun.
I remember Glassjaw was playing as I arrived, and I was like, "Who is this
Loud, fucking
garbage
crazy.
ass band? The singer sucks, dick."
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't even understand anything. It's too much going. And I walked out on it.
Yeah.
And I had a Glassjaw tape on my windowsill of my truck, and my brother Gordon found out that I had the tape, and he was like, "You didn't like Glassjaw?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "First of all, you're a fucking loser. Second of all,
You're a bitch, baby
he's like,
bitch.
Second of all, give me that tape." And
Yeah.
I gave him the tape, and then, 2 years later, it was like one of my favorite fucking bands of all time. So,
Nice.
So anyway, so album, yeah.
Okay.
That was, so I went with first.
yeah.
Okay.
You see how this goes?
I think I get it.
Do you get the game?
I think so.
All right, Chris.
We'll find
As
out.
cut and dry as it gets.
All right, Christopher.
But sometimes they're weird, man.
Is
You'll
Chris-
see.
Is Christopher your God-given name?
It is Christopher, yeah.
Christopher.
And then Chris, where did that come from? Just short for Christopher?
I suppose. I chose out of a deck of cards.
So, taxes, am I right?
Here you go, bud.
Okay, album,
You hope.
What you got?
celebrity.
Oh.
First, worst, or best?
Have you ever met a celeb? I mean,
Yeah, he fucking hangs out with Tim
Fucking
Alexander,
okay.
bro.
I'm just not going to interject.
And you know what? A lot of people don't think he's a celebrity. I do.
Yeah,
He is?
yeah. I grew
Oh,
up
fuck
listening
yeah.
to him, so
yeah,
I
he's
was,
a
Big
fucking
time.
big deal.
I was like, woo.
Yeah.
Celebrity, first, worst, or best.
You could actually do them all if you
Okay.
want.
Yeah.
Do you have one for all?
Okay, so the first celebrity I met was Batman.
Michael Keaton?
No, the original, the original Batman from the TV show.
That's where I was.
What was his fucking name? Something West.
Something
Adam West.
Adam West.
Yeah!
Adam West. That was your first celebrity.
Yeah, that was my first celebrity, and I was so young that I don't know if it was best or worst. I think he was probably, he probably didn't want to be there.
Was he on tour?
The
Batmobile?
yeah. The Batmobile was there. He was there. For whatever reason, my parents were like, "Here, go meet Batman." And I was like, I don't know about this, but he was okay, I guess. So is there an okay part to this? He was okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Perfect. But now you have to keep going.
Okay, that was the first.
First, good. It's a good first, dude.
Adam West.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Jeez, this card sucks.
You mean the mayor of Quahog?
That's true.
Or maybe not. I don't know.
It is. I think it's
Yeah, I
the
think
character
it
is
is.
based on him for sure.
And then, after that, really not too many celebrities. Well, I did become friends with a guy who eventually became a celebrity.
Skechers guy?
That really doesn't count. No, I wasn't friends with him, no.
Okay.
The Chocolate Rain guy?
No, he's actually the namesake of your company, Keegan.
Oh.
Key. Michael Keegan Key.
What?
From Key and Peele.
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah?
When did you...
But I mean, like, I guess
you met, what's his name, though? Keegan Michael Key?
Yes.
Yeah, that's his...
So...
that's what you said. Okay.
In 1990... this is a long... this isn't the game we're playing, though. But he and I became...
It is the game we're playing.
It is. Okay.
Yes.
Jeez, okay.
And he's fucking... This is great. Tell me about this.
He's the man. In 1990, he was going to school in Detroit. And in 1990, I was going to school in Pennsylvania.
Right.
And my teacher was on sabbatical. So the teacher that was in his place wrote the music for the theater of... the University of Detroit Theater Company. Every year would go to Greece. And they would go to Greece every summer. And a dude named Brian Wilson... Not from the Beach Boys.
I was going to say,
a
Brian Wilson?
really accomplished composer.
Okay.
Was my teacher in music theory at the school. He heard me sing and he was like, you should think about going on this trip to Greece. We need singers. It was an opera and it was like an adaptation of another Greek mythology type thing. Anyway.
Huh.
So went on this, met Keegan. We became friendly.
That's awesome.
Got an offer to come back to Detroit to do Pippin, which is a Broadway show. They needed a drummer, so I went back to play drums on Pippin in Detroit in an off Broadway theater production. And I stayed at Keegan's house, and we became friendly, and then we kind of lost touch. And then when I met Todd, he lived in State College, so that's Penn State University. So we would play Penn State all the time, and I'm walking down the street, and I see Keegan. I was like, holy shit. So we went to go see a reggae cover band that night and hung out and got numbers again and hung out. And then kind of lost touch again. And then years later, I'm watching, Mad TV's on in the background, and I heard his voice.
Yep.
And I was like, that's Keegan. And sure enough, so...
that is fucking
So I had his number.
awesome.
I called him.
Like, I just
got in
saw
touch
you.
again, and then went to LA to see a taping of the Mad TV show, and
No shit.
That's fucking amazing.
yeah, and got to hang out again, and kind of reconnect, and then kind of lost touch, and then years later, let's see. Ben was already out of the band, Ben Gilly, and he had called me. He's like, "Hey man, how's it going?" I was like, "Oh Ben, how you doing? Here, I got to put you on the phone with somebody." He puts me on the phone with Keegan Key, and he's like, his wife, Ben's wife, basically let's see, her mom was the sister of Keegan's mom. Let's see, they were like aunts, cousins.
No shit.
They're all related. And
You talk about fucking full
so
circle,
yeah,
bro.
I keep seeing Keegan all the time.
And I was just
coming
going to
back.
say, like, the universe kept getting you guys together, which is so crazy.
So Ben and Keegan were talking. It came up.
Yeah,
and he
they
was
were.
like, I fucking know that guy.
Yeah.
Call
exactly,
him.
Exactly.
No,
How huge is that?
Yeah.
That's so fucking weird.
So I guess he's the best, and I don't really have a worst because that's all the celebrities I ever met. So
yeah. Okay. Should I go?
That's pretty amazing, dude. That whole circle.
Yeah,
That whole circle is fucking wild.
it is wild.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then Key and Peele came on, and that was
Yeah, they
one
killed
of the,
it.
One of the best shows.
Yep.
One of the best sketch comedy shows of all time. And that came right after the Chappelle Show, which was the best sketch comedy show
Yes.
of all time.
Yes.
So I do have a standing request into Keegan that when he does get his late night talk show,
Oh, yeah.
please call me, man.
And
Because
he could do it, too.
Because I really would love to do that, but it'll never happen. But you never know.
Be the
You don't
Paul
know.
Schaefer. No, who's Paul Schaefer?
He was the keyboardist for fucking Letterman.
Yeah,
Okay,
that was
so
the Letterman
I was
keyboard.
right. So you would be the Paul Schaefer of his show?
I
No,
would,
he'd be
I
more
would
like
do
the Max
something.
Weinberg of his
Yeah,
show.
I would do something. I don't know what it would be, but something would happen. Yeah.
Should I go?
You should go.
I mean, yeah, you're the one.
You want to hand me the card? So it's real. Okay. Hey! Yeah. It's upside down. Concert.
That's pretty cool.
I could tell you all those. The first concert I ever went to was
the Meat Puppets.
It was the Meat Puppet. It was the Meat Puppets and
Crash Test
Dummies.
Yes.
Meat Puppets, Crash Test Dummies. That was the first show I ever went to. It was somewhere I can't remember because I was
That's what I listen to when I go to sleep.
I was maybe
Those two bands.
9 or 10 or something, and my dad took me to that show. So it wasn't like, I don't know. It was a very small show. I think in Mesa they had like gated it off. It was outside, excuse me. My first real show was Rage Against the Machine.
Nice. That's a good first show.
And I will tell you, my dad had us sitting. It was all general admission, and
Was it at Mesa?
No, it was at Cricket.
Oh, okay.
I do.
But you were in the.
So we were all in the grass, like all the way at the back. No,
you.
what the? I don't remember. It seemed like it was all one level of grass. My memory's kind of weird on that. But all I remember is when they started playing, the entire, crowd was bouncing in unison, and so that's where my love for live performance happened, was right there, just seeing everybody bounce in unison. There was a guy who was coming out of the mosh pit because we were sort of like on the edge of like the crowd because my dad didn't want me to die.
Sure.
And his arm was completely this way. He had broken his arm and he was like, ah! And my dad was like, oh shit! And we're like, he's like, look over here. He's like, her tits are out. And I was like, oh my God. It was so much stimuli happening at one time. I saw like 6 tits. I saw a guy's broken arm, and the fucking crowd was going crazy. And I remember I was like,
you
this
were
is
hooked.
It. That was it.
Yeah.
Rage Against the Machine, just like, I mean, the music is obviously incredible, but then just that vibe and everything. So that was my first, best.
Probably your best too, huh?
One of them, there was an Incubus show that they played at Mesa Amphitheater.
Yeah.
And they were playing stuff off of Make Yourself. And the rain was coming. It was like
Nice.
a light.
Oh, dude, yeah, they were doing shit off of fucking Science too.
They were.
That show was dope.
But as the rain started coming down, they were doing a lot of like Make Yourself shit, and
Right.
like the lighting was hitting the rain.
Yeah.
And I just remember being like, "This is." Oh, and you know what else happened that show? Some lady came up to me and she was like, she was like, "How old are you?" And I was like 17 or something. She was like, "Here's my card," and gave me a card, and it was for a modeling agency.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
And all my friends were around, and they were like, "Oh, look at you fucking model," like making fun of me. And I was like, "Oh, so embarrassed." And I never did anything with it because everyone shamed me. But I could have gone huge.
You could have been the next
juice.
Ashton Kutch.
When I was 17. You know how 17 prime, looking prime.
Wow.
Tall and skinny. Worst fucking show.
Remember that fucking show with Incubus though at Club Rio with System and
Oh yes.
Puya?
Uh-huh.
That was fucking dope.
That was because it's a little more intimate.
Yeah.
That
And
was
Club Rio was the shit.
That was
for
shit.
a minute.
Did you guys?
Oh
you guys
yeah,
know?
yeah. We played.
Did you guys do that? Fuck.
Good sound.
Oh yeah.
It was. It was dialed in there.
I saw Clutch there. Man, were they good.
Oh my god.
Great show.
Fuck yeah.
They probably didn't want to be anywhere near Club Rio, but I was so happy they were at fucking Club Rio.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It
was great.
Right there, because Incubus, and who the fuck else was it? They played at the Jar, and that was like right as they were touring, like towards the tail end of Science or something, and they were like still playing like shitty little clubs
The
like that.
Jar, dude.
They played the Jar because
That was our home court for a minute.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Did you guys play the Jar?
yeah, we played the Jar. We played with Incubus at Boston's actually. Incubus played Boston's, man.
When they were on the Science run?
I guess so, man. It was Incubus.
Fungus, maybe,
Incubus,
even.
Sprung Monkey from San Diego. I don't know if you remember them.
No.
I've heard. I remember that name. Yeah.
That was a whole promotion tour from San Diego.
So Real quick, Helmet.
Helmet. Yes.
Fucking sick.
Yeah.
That's
Hard
a
and
band.
heavy.
That's a band like Snot that like the huge bands really respect.
Yes.
That never got like super huge.
Yep.
But
Great song.
how fucking great is Helmet?
Yeah. They're great.
Yeah.
They're badass.
Yeah.
Snot too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never got super huge.
No, they also played Boston's. We played Boston's with Snot.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man, you've done
God.
such
Boston's had so
Everyone,
many
everyone went
huge
through there.
bands come through there, and they love their local bands, so they would put us, they would put Soul Grind, they would put other bands, Bionic Jive, you know, they'd put them on the bill with these bands.
yeah.
So we're like, sure, heck yeah.
Every time
That's so
Yeah.
awesome.
every time I hear Bionic Jive,
It's Pump 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 or
No,
Psionic Drive. I remember, well, dude, we shared a rehearsal space with them once upon a time, and they all drove Scions.
No
It was
shit.
right when Scions came out, and they were all like the boxy Scions.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so like we would show up to like rehearse, and we knew that Bionic Drive was there because all their Scions were out there. I just got out of the car. I was like, Psionic Drive. It's like,
funny,
dude,
man.
holy fuck, dude, they're all in Scions.
That's
like,
awesome.
This is crazy.
I like that.
Dude,
So
and
forever.
forever there'll be Psionic
Psionic
Drive.
That's great, man.
It's like, God, dude, you fucking nailed it.
That's awesome.
All right, so
Dude,
that was that.
So much
that was
fun.
that section of the show.
Sweet.
We got through it.
reminiscing and the game.
This this question I've wanted to know for a really long time. At least get your perspective, and every single one of my family members, everyone who's close friends with me, Fred Green was the, I want to say, local band that we all fucking fell in love with. We
Right
were,
on.
I mean, you don't even know, but like it was packed full of us and like all of our friends and family at almost all your shows, especially a little bit later on when we were able to like go to bars and stuff like that. But I think we can all agree that you guys never really hit the level of success that we thought you should have. And I suppose the question I want to ask you is, why? Why do you think that maybe it didn't take off the way that it... I mean, the fucking music was incredible. You guys were starting to get this trajectory that seemed like, of course, that's like the next level. You guys will just be a nationally touring act, you know, signed. I know you guys had something with getting signed at some point, right? Where it was gonna
We
happen.
were, teased here and there.
Right.
I mean, you know, back in the day, it was all about the record deal, right?
For sure.
Right.
So now it's not so much. Now you can
No.
just put whatever out.
Yeah. They don't even really, I mean, they exist, but it's not.
So
But
if the whole social media thing was a buzz then, maybe we would have had a little better chance. I don't know. I think it was about the songwriting. You know, I think we wrote some good songs, but I also think that we also we were the anti-pop song. Like, I can tell you,
Sure.
our manager that I told you about that got us the gig with Laundry and also managed Funk Junkies, he was like, okay, guys, so I spoke to whatever, you know, Columbia today, and they said they're great, but they need a hit, you know, and we heard that over and over and over. So we went down into our studio after meeting with him one day and wrote, talking to Bob about all the things you do as a Bob.
Yeah.
Talking to Bob about you.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
Fuck, fucking Bob.
Here's your hit.
Yeah.
And that was kind of our attitude. So that may have thwarted us in a way,
right.
or shunted us. Who knows?
Which is fucking awesome.
But, you know, we still try kind of. I mean, we're still kind of doing it. You know, we're not kids anymore.
Still Burnin', like, has hit songs on it. But, I mean, I think all of your album, I mean...
Was
I
Still
don't know.
Burning like a more of an effort to hit?
It was just mature, you know, more mature, I think.
And you had Tim on there.
Tim played 2 tracks on that.
It's fucking awesome.
But, you know, there were some songs on there that maybe I still, you know, to turn on the radio at that time, maybe but it could have just been the songwriting just wasn't palatable enough for someone with the pen in their hand to say,
When you
we
put
love
it
this.
like that, like put on the radio, when you did that, and like you put it in that perspective, like maybe,
Yeah.
I think yeah.
We like to-
and that's like not my biased fucking opinion. Like, dude, those songs are undeniable. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
There's, for every band that is on the radio that has made a career for themselves, that has gold records and has Grammys, for every one of those bands, there's 1,000 bands that are probably as good, or their songs are really good, or maybe they're better than these Grammy-winning artists or people that are out there. There's just a lot of freaking bands out there. So we're just a band out there that's going to continue to write songs, that's going to continue to be creative. And who knows? I may be 65 and, we'll be, like, this is the song, guys. Who knows?
You guys move south and you're just on the porch with your kick drum.
Yeah, we aren't stopping
and
yet.
Todd's out there with a resonator. Fucking
exactly. It could come to that.
That actually sounds pretty badass.
So there's nothing you think you could point to that would say it was just sort of, it just didn't happen?
Well, I can point to it. It would just be songwriting. I mean, if we had really sat down and kind of analyzed what we were doing and not jumped around from 4/4 to 7/8, from 5/8 to 11/13, what are you gonna do?
I remember there was a New Times that was your guys' New Times.
It was the Still Burning one, right?
Yeah, it was you on the front, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, they're gonna fucking do it." Because what would be badass is if you guys got thrown on a bill with like 311, because that would be a fucking perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is if you guys would have, I don't know,
Or if got just
like No Doubt would have been a really good
For sure.
band to have been put on a bill with.
Almost happened.
Right.
Almost
Skechers
happened.
guy
Yeah,
came
dude.
in and
Sketcher guy.
he
He
fucking
wouldn't smoke the joint.
Yeah.
And see what happened? Messed us up. It was the Skechers guy. That was the problem.
See, the thing is, though, but like as far as like songwriting, you think it's more like the structure of the song, or do you think, because your lyrics, a lot of your lyrics are about, a lot of them are about weed.
That could be part of the problem.
But then there's bands like Sublime and shit that also follow around that same thing. So to me, and here's the thing, it's, you guys were close enough for us to feel connected to you guys, the Fred Green, but you were also far enough away to where we sort of would have to create a narrative for you, and like, why isn't this happening? Why aren't they fucking? Because I didn't even know you guys were touring, because you guys played here so often,
right?
That I was like, where are they? Why are they not in the stratosphere? And I've always wanted to ask you that question, just like, and it does make sense to me. If it's not just a straight 4/4 kind of thing, it's less appealing to the masses, but to the musicians. It's like we just,
and you don't even have to be a musician.
We're splattering inside of our pants, Well,
the 90s were a weird time, and so were the early 2000s. Like, the 90s was like, we had some rap rock going on, and especially
starting,
and especially into 2000, it's kind of an odd time for music. We tried and we did our best. We definitely. It wasn't for lack of effort. I mean, we practiced a lot and wrote a lot, and we just really enjoyed what we were doing. And it was never really about, let's sign a record deal and, buy a house in California. That would have been cool, but it just didn't happen, I can't complain about a thing, honestly.
No.
You guys have such a incredible legacy.
Because I think that if you guys had started thinking that way, it would have fucked everything up.
That's like the sellout type of scenario.
It would have fucked everything up.
That's why we did the Talking to Bob. Like, yo, you want a hit? Here's your hit. This is a piece. This is a turd. Take this turd and like roll in it.
It's such a good
fucking
song.
Bob.
Dude, it's such a good song.
It's a fun song, but it's definitely not a hit.
But it is to me. I don't know.
I love that song.
That was one of the tracks on that album that stuck out most for me, especially because I think it was towards the very end the record, right? Was it the last song?
Yeah, it's number 10 out of 12 or something. That tune is probably my most proud drum track. Like,
Bob?
That tune, you know how it is. You go into the studio and you're like, oh, that was okay, and like there's a tune that shines for you. That was the one that shined for me personally. Like, I know it's a team effort, but that drum track is it sounds good, and like, you know, I was right to the click, and like it didn't matter if there was a click or not because I was just in the pocket. And I just like that track. So even though it's not a hit or whatever it would have been, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
and that's all that fucking matters.
It does get requested a lot too, and it's one that we barely play live.
I know Richard has another question, but and this might be one of them, but I'm just gonna fucking ask it.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm not going off the list. You writing tunes? Do you plan on recording a new album?
Yeah, what the fuck, Chris?
So
waiting.
Where's the music?
So 2007 was our last
That's when Still
recorded
Burning
CD.
came out.
Yeah.
That's
so since then,
13 years ago.
We have so many songs we don't know what to do with.
Shit.
Yeah, we just got to finish them. I mean, it's like, you know, you need a bridge.
Part.
Yeah, you need a bridge here, and you need a chorus here, and you got to put these two tunes together. We've written a lot.
Do you have a space?
No, we don't have a space that we like pay for and go to,
or just a space to jam.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a couple different spots we can go to. And, you know, I would like to say, you know, COVID messed things up, but that's only for the last couple months.
Right.
Like, that's not for the last 10 years. Yeah. But we have been, you know, progressively writing stuff and all these parts coming together. And then that gets dangerous because, you know, it's like, oh, what was that one tune from like, 2009?
Yep.
Didn't it have like that tricky little thing in it? Like, oh shit, I forget that.
Yeah.
So we do have a lot of stuff recorded that we're trying to go back and
reference,
finish.
yeah.
And you know, we're all really excited about it, and then COVID happened, and you know, it's fine, but we'll eventually get back in, and we've got.
You plan on recording another album?
Oh, absolutely. We probably have 2 albums worth of stuff that needs to be finished, but we do have stuff. It's funny how we work because, you know, in 2009 we had ideas. 2010 we had these great ideas I thought were great, and you know, some of them got lost. And now in the last year and a half or 2, we've got these brand new songs that we're developing, and those are the songs we're working on now. I need to go back and find recordings of the older stuff and get that stuff done, because no matter what year it was, it's still, you know, it doesn't matter. It could be dated, it could not be dated. It's just an idea you got to get out and finish. So we do have a lot of stuff. It's just completing and putting parts together.
Right.
And it's exciting now because Jason has been a part of the band since 2007. And he's a great writer and a great singer, and Sam as well.
He's contributing a lot.
Yeah, so
that's awesome.
So we're putting things together, and it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time, but we'll get it eventually. Hopefully, let's see, 2000 in the next 6 to 7 weeks, we'll have another thing.
I'm gonna fucking hold you to that, dude.
Well, I'm going to finish a tune in 6 to 7 weeks.
Okay.
And we'll have that idea done. And then I'll send it to you. And be like, hey, can this make the album? We do things a little bit slower than we used to.
And then you go to Larry.
Probably, for sure, go to Larry. Either, Larry, if you're listening, hook us up. Either that or there's a dude named Ralph that probably just moved to California just recently, but...
There's a dude named Ralph.
and he's a badass.
Hey Larry,
but yeah,
there's a dude named Ralph.
You better fucking get it right.
Larry's our man. He's been there since the beginning. Yeah, absolutely. It'll be Larry, man.
Of course, because you know, on the back of the record it says Mind's Eye Digital,
yes.
And when we started, you know, recording music ourselves, that was like almost like you can't go record there.
We're gonna go
Fred
with Larry.
Green record there, you know.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't even Mind's Eye, it was Larry. Like, it's like, we're going to go to Larry.
And we finally...
It's like, what's the name of that joint? Oh, yeah, Mind's Eye.
and we finally actually my brother was in a band. My brother, Ben, who plays the bass, he was in a band. They recorded there first. So I was like, okay, so we can actually I again, being young and naive,
right?
And Fred Green seeming to me to be this you can't touch it kind of situation. It's like we can't go record at Mind's Eye. That's like
we kind of
out of
that's
reach.
legit.
We kind of felt that way about Larry's as well because Jimmy Eat World was recording there.
Right, that was the first
and we're like,
album,
we really can we go do this? Is that cool? Or and you know they would come in and out, and you know it's all just community, like you said.
It is.
Cam's got a little connection to Jimmy.
Yeah.
His
Jim's wife babysat my wife. Which, when you hear it, it's kind of funny. But so my wife is one of 4 girls, and you know Amy was always the 5th daughter,
right?
You know, in that family, you know, so it was cool.
The really cool thing is because of that connection, like in high school, when Jimmy Eat World would play like shows, we'd get backstage passes.
There you go.
So it was really nice.
That's
and
the way
actually,
to go.
We're we're trying to get him on the podcast actually.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So
I haven't heard anything yet.
Yeah.
What was it?
We're really hoping that he'll be cool with that though.
Like, you guys are just too oddball. I can't keep up with your changes. This is what Richard and I do all day long. It's
Yeah,
just
well-
go, oh,
Yeah, when we don't have
all the
a
time.
guest on, it's
yeah,
kind of wild.
yeah.
Pretty wild
Don't
stuff.
judge us from the
Okay, my
the
brother,
funny hangout.
my
thing.
other brother Gordon, he wanted to know this. Ask him what his favorite local bands were to play with back in the mid '90s when they were peaking in the scene. They used to play with a band called Jesus Chrysler
Oh, yeah.
Supercar,
Yes.
and they were awesome.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that true?
Yeah, Jesus Chrysler Supercar. Yeah. Oh no. They I believe you can find them on YouTube. I believe you can
they were
hear
good?
I believe you can hear their tunes on there.
Wow.
No shit.
Mitch, the singer, is still playing. They're doing, I don't know the name of the project now, but yeah, Jesus Chrysler Supercar. I saw them at Boston's
Okay.
before we even formed Fred Green.
Oh,
it was
really?
it was one of those nights Todd and I went out to go see bands, and we were just like, oh damn,
Wow.
these guys are good. Oh yeah,
Dude, and how cool is that when you just went out to see bands, you know?
yeah,
That was fun.
yeah.
That's
and-
the shit. We're just learning. It's like you're just getting your info, you know, just
Yep.
watching and learning who's fucking jamming and doing cool shit. That's awesome.
Chrysler was one of the main bands that were just killing it at the time.
Like had a big following.
Yes, big following.
Packing Boston.
Probably going to get a record deal. That there's a buzz about the band.
Right. Great band name.
Yeah,
It
excellent
really
band name.
is. Yeah.
They had great artwork. They had great tunes. The drummer, for me, the drummer was like Todd and I talk about. He was like an engine. He was just like, it was just like
Yeah.
constant, and he was just killing it, and it's just over and over.
What kind of
And,
music was it?
It's rock, just
Yeah.
pop rock, I guess, for that time.
It had some hook to it.
Yeah. Great vocalist, had great
'Cause
melodies.
Remember, dude, listening to see at Boston's, depending if you were standing outside behind the drummer or inside, listening to the drummer inside of Boston's was kind of a cool thing because you heard it from different angles, you know, and the guitars are always so fucking loud and awesome.
Yep.
But if you got to stand behind the drummer at Boston's on the back patio and just watch him crush, that was the shit, dude.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
it was a lot of fun to see bands from that angle, from behind the drummer.
Yes.
Seeing everybody in the crowd loving it.
Yes. You
Yeah.
kind of got to see it from their view and hear like the bowels of the shit going on.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
Yeah.
There was a band
Absolutely.
that was coming up sort of in the same scene that we were coming up in high school. It was called Headshell. And they
Oh,
had
yeah.
Yeah, and their drummer Jeremy.
Yeah.
Was I love because he never played with shoes on.
Yep.
And that
Tube
fucking,
socks.
Yeah,
Bro.
with the fucking long ass ponytail. And he just fucking ripped. And they played Boston's all the time, so you could stand back behind him and
Brick,
check it out.
Brick was the shit. Oompa,
Yeah.
fucking great drummer, 100%.
Yeah.
Just old school shit. And when you're young and you hear this, you're like, this is the fucking best thing I've ever heard in my life. I want to do this forever and ever. I'm going to go home and tell my parents. You know, 'cause, fuck, dude. Boston's was the shit, dude.
Yes, that was a good spot, and there were a lot of bands that were playing all those clubs at the time. Big Fish came around. Of course, Electric Ballroom.
Yep.
I mean, so many great bands back in the day.
Well, I hate to do this.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
We got to do it.
That's easy. Just don't do it.
We got to wrap it up.
Wrap it.
Man, we're I'll speak for myself. So fucking glad that you came. So glad that you said you would do it. We're huge fans. And now I feel like I actually
fanboys, bro.
now I got to know.
I get to see Chris more often than you do.
Yes. You do.
And dude,
work related shit.
yeah, work
which is
related
so
shit.
fucking
And I'm just
bizarre.
like fuck, dude.
It's much appreciated.
Man.
It's my pleasure.
Fuck, dude.
So cool. If you could maybe share this stuff on social media too, like
But of course.
we've been having trouble, man. I don't know. That was a joke, but
Spreading the word is
so
not that hard.
would you be down to just do one more tune with us?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. What do you guys want to do?
Let's do
Domer?
Dome Light.
Dome Light.
Yeah.
Dome Light. You know the the Urban Dictionary the meaning that you would see on Urban Dictionary of Dome Light is not at all what I was thinking.
Well, what is it?
So for me, a dome light is in the car. When you open the door, the dome light goes on.
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
That's
Right?
what I thought.
Right? Okay, so my fiance tells me, who's a little younger than me,
Yeah.
is like,
Good for you.
no, dome light, look it up. It's basically a light to
So you
the BJ light, basically.
It's a domer light.
It's a domey light.
I didn't know that.
Dude.
These kids these days.
Kids, man.
Fuck. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do that.
And congratulations on your engagement.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Yes,
You and Andy,
absolutely,
right?
dude.
Fuck
Much
yeah.
appreciated.
All right, let's
Fuck
do
yeah.
it.
Okay.
All right.
Dome light. If you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, we would absolutely love it. If you haven't yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, we'd fucking love the shit out of that. And you could like it, you could share it, you could rate it and review it on the audio platform. It's Apple or Android or Spotify. We're on all of those platforms. It would really help us get to spread the word about the Dick and Boonies podcast. We would just really, really love some extra support. So if you could do that, tell a friend. Whatever you could do to help, that would be we'd be so grateful for that. So thank you so much. Are we ready to roll? Oh, okay, sorry.
Getting beers.
Oh, getting beers. This is a fucking classic. Take it back.
with a dome light. Yo, this here room is too bright. Wake up in the bucket, the sheets are all off. Wake up in the bucket's alright. Straight and I would not because of what all I ever wanted was some bad green. I got your dome light, baby. That is the way it should be, yeah. All and around me someday. That is the way it should be, yeah. Oh, my lady, baby, didn't you see? How did all this shit happen to me? All those pictures, you're silly, hey, hey. Better see ya, way I say it. Safety meeting under the dome light. Nothing could be finer, it's a break time flight. Circular motion, it's a traditional way. Circular motion, it's alright. Straight and I drive real slow, only particular when I'm high. And when I'm not, I fucking fly. If I want to, hey, hey. If I need to, alright. If I got to, if I submit, I go 1, 2, 3. I just wanna stop into a retail shop where a buddy can step up and get some dope. I think it's about time we could stand in line for the kind. All I ever wanted was some red green in my pocket. I got your dome light, baby. That is the way it should be, yeah. All and around me someday. That is the way it should be, yeah. With a dome light, yo, this here room is too bright. Wake up in the bucket, the sheets are all off. Wake up in the bucket's alright. Straight and I drive real slow, only particularly when I'm high. And when I'm not, I fucking fly. Step into a retail shop where a brother can step up and get some dope. I think it's about time we could stand in line for the kind. All I ever wanted was some red green in my pocket. I got your dome light, baby. That is the way it should be, yeah. All and around me someday. That is the way it should be, yeah. I got your dome light, baby. That is the way it should be, yeah. All and around me someday. That is the way it should be,
Thank you for joining us on this edition of the Dick and Boonies podcast. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.